Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm bringing you a video in the Tortoise Tier 9 British Tank Destroyer, and I believe it is my first video in it. So I load in, it's a very heavy Tier 10 game with a few Tier 9s, but most importantly for me, no artillery, which in a tank as slow as a Tortoise, kinda what you hope and dream for, really. So I'm in a platoon with my good buddy Darth. He's also with a Tortoise. He's grinding towards his Death Star and I'm grinding towards my Badger. Currently on about 70,000 XP, I believe. So the Tortoise. The gun, as everyone knows, is really nice. And it's amazing. I think I've got a just under 6-second reload with it, which is really nice. And the Hess shells are really nice. Just the issue for me is, its armor isn't very good, and I'm not just talking about the overmatch point on the roof or the machine gun turret, but a lot of Tier 9 and 10s can just shoot you straight through the superstructure if they know where to shoot. And the speed, obviously. So, I mean, gets good gun depression, good gun arc compared to some other TDs. But the speed really makes it quite difficult to play. So on this map, it's in counter mode, so I'm heading to the flag, because when you spawn this side, there's no point attacking the hill. One, because the flag isn't there, and two, the enemy spawn right next to it, so it's pretty much a suicide run. And in a slow tank, even if I was to move towards the hill at the other side of the map and win it, if the enemy started capping the base, I'd be too slow to come back for it. So I've decided to come straight to the cap circle here, and we're going to notice is I play this thing quite aggressive, and the gun on it and the hit points do allow you to play aggressive to a certain degree, because you can just kind of out DPM your opponent and use your hit points. But I can't wait for the Badger, because although it's got less DPM, that extra armor on it, the lack of the weak point, and the fact it's faster, I just think will make it so much nicer. So, get a little bit of assistance, and me being my typical self, I don't like to sit in the back, so with no artillery, I'm going to start pushing forward. 10 degrees of gun depression, I'm going to try and get to this ridge in front of us. And I'll spend the first few minutes just driving to position. We're just about the 2-minute mark here, and I've not even been able to point my gun at an enemy. Well then, an IS-4 and an Object 705 in front of me. Very well armoured tanks. The Tortoise doesn't actually have the most penetration. In fact, it's got the same penetration as some heavy tanks at Tier 9, so bear that in mind. Now, I was actually prepping for a shot into the overmatch plate on the roof of the IS-4 there, but he came all the way over, so I was able to get 2 shots into him. He shot me just straight through the front of my tank. He didn't aim for anywhere. At this point, I'm thinking if I want to load premium rounds or not, because the IS-4 is a very well armoured Soviet heavy tank, but I'm just going to try and get the gun depression here and snapshot into the side of this turret. Now our light tank goes for the flank, so I'm thinking of pushing forward as well because of the lack of artillery, but at the same time, with the shape of the Tortoise, it means that your overmatch point on top of the superstructure and your machine gun turret actually show before you can even aim at the enemy. So as you can see, the E100 put a heat shell into me there. And that's when I realised I need to stay at this corner and just not move, because I can see on my minimap I do have a couple of teammates behind me. So this position is pretty much going to be my position for this game. Most of the teams at the other side of the map on my team. And now a chisel. Come trying to get one shot into him, back up. I'm going to wait for him to fire. I'm going to try and get my gun round. A nice little tracking shot in there. So, with the Tortoise, as I said, I like to get quite close, and spoiler alert, I don't get an ace tank of this game. I've not aced this tank yet. I'm having quite a bit of difficulty doing it, but I should be able to simply because of how close I get to the enemies. Whenever you're within 100 meters of an enemy, you get bonus, you get extra base XP, a lot more than you usually would. And obviously, a lot of TDs tend to fight from the back, so that also means that the XP earn needed for an ace on a Tortoise probably isn't that high. So, I'm going to try and ace this tank before I get the Badger, but I think I've already decided that I don't think I'm too interested in 3-marking it, if I'm honest. It's a very slow game here. I can't move around because of my weak point in the E100. I'm just waiting for the enemies to make a mistake. Now at this point, I'm really tempted to move forwards, but the 705A has got a position there where he can actually go hull down over that ridge line, and I won't be able to do anything to him if he's hull down, not even with premium rounds. Got one of the strongest turrets in the game. So I load premium rounds anyway, just in case I get a shot at the side turret. And you see I'm trying to use this mount to wedge my tank up and get a bit of gun depression. So the 705A is actually trying to push one of the dead tanks for cover. And you see I'm just trying to get the extra gun depression. And you see I was able to get the side of his turret. I also see in the mini-map that another tank's coming over. I believe it's the IS-7. And now I've only done 2800 damage at the moment with 500 assistance. And I've got the APCR loaded because there's a 705A and an IS-7, but what you're going to see is I don't need APCR for that shot, but this is one of those instances where you load premium for a tank or two that's in front of you, and then that, like, just at the time I get to fire, I'm using it as someone who's got a side to me, but I don't want to load standard rounds in case I do end up having to shoot the 705A or the IS-7. Now the DPM comes into play here. He's coming over, so I'm going to try and track him. I damage his tracks, but I don't actually blow him off. Tracking for my teammates who are just to our left here. I'm at to bounce the IS-7. 705A goes straight through. Now I know I've got the DPM to kill him here before he reloads. That IS-7 really shouldn't have bounced there, but you can get lucky and bounce a few shots if people don't know where to shoot. And now I know I'm going to get another shot into him before I die. And then unfortunately he shoots my machine gun turret. So I'm going to spare you watching the rest of this game. We do lose. And bit of a shame really, because I think if we'd have won this game it would have been my ace tanker. But you know, it's good for the marks of excellence and it was good for the XP, because I still got 1000 base XP on a losing battle. And as you can see on the enemy team, it was really a game of tier 9s in this game. Me and the Tortoise, them and the Lorraine 40T on their team did amazing. So yeah, just a really nice gun on a really slow platform with no armor, which is a bit of a shame. But thanks to all the XP boosters, I'm hoping I won't have to play this tank for too much longer. So just a quick game in the Tortoise, decent result. Thought I'd let you guys see it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.